I'm your guy. You know this.
In the chair.
No.
Everybody talks about how like the rise of book talk has also brought up the rise of like super obvious tropes in like newer books that are being released. And like no, I don't think that the book has to like rigidly follow a certain trope, but I don't think that tropes are all that bad. Like I don't think they're like a completely bad thing. Like you should try to stay away from them, and like you shouldn't let tropes be in your writing or whatever, because like some tropes are really fun. Like there are some tropes that are awesome. There are some tropes that are like consume so much of my brain, and there are some tropes that we should avoid like the plague, and I'm not even kidding. There are some tropes that I would rather eat fire, braid grass, mop the ocean, choke on denim than continue to read this book because it has this trope. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Some of my favorite tropes, the absolute best 10 out of 10 tropes, and some of my least favorite tropes. Tropes I would rather never see or read again in any form of media ever. Okay, we're going to do this rapid fire style. We're going to do one trope I love, one trope I hate, right? Stick with me, stick with me, stick with me, stick with me. Stick with me. It's going to be good, it's going to be fun. Ready? These are going to be book recommendations, but they're also going to be movies and shows because there are just so many good examples. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so obviously, okay, anybody that knows me knows my favorite #1 trope is found family. I adore a good found family story. Like, the idea that, like, you know, you can't choose people that you're born with, you can't choose the family that you're born into, but you can choose the people that you want to be your family is so near and dear to my heart. Like, that's so gorgeous. We get to choose the people that we really want to be in our life and really want to show up for us and want to be there for us. Nobody does found family like Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's never going to be a found family story that's ever going to top Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, also, your found family gotta have a pair of siblings in it. Like, it just has to. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. That's how the story goes. Your found family has to have a pair of siblings in it. I don't care. My found family has a pair of siblings, and yes, I am part of the pair of siblings. But, like, however, that's like a part of the rules. You just have to have one. I don't know. Avatar: The Last Airbender eats so bad. But once, like, it gets to the real, like, real gang, like, the real core, once we get to season 3 where we have, you know, Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, Zuko, Suki, 10s. Like, you gotta add Suki in there, like 10s. Once we get to the point where we have everybody and like are really moving and shaking as like a group of 6, eats down. There's no way around it. Eats down. I don't know. As far as books go, a really good example of a found family is in fact Children of Blood and Bone, and it's because it has like a really strong Avatar: The Last Airbender tether. It's there. It's really strong. It's there. And I don't know, Amari fits, once they figure out their footing as a trio, they fit really well together, and the addition of Inan, Amari's brother, is like, when he is there, the group just feels so complete. Like, the group just feels so whole when he is there, and like, that's not often, but it's good. Okay, so good found family reference, good found family recommendations. Obviously, Avatar: The Last Airbender, but also Children of Blood and Bone. Legend Born also has a mean found family, but it's gonna be mean when we get to it. Like, when we get there, it's gonna be too good. It's gonna be so, because all the bricks are laid. Like, they just gotta smooth out the road. It's gonna be so good when we get to it, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. It's okay. There's nothing like found family, and like you're gonna see that like most of the books that I talk about in this video have some sort of found family element. Because it eats, like, it is the OG trope. It is the #1 trope. Jesus had a found family. Like, that is the first that is the first trope ever. Like, I don't know, that joke is hilarious. Because what are the disciples if not his found family? Uh-oh. Now we're preaching. Okay, anyway. Okay, now there is an exception to this rule, but it's only one exception ever. The only one. Well, there's 2 exceptions. Well, okay. let's say that, like, I hate these tropes and the way they've been done. I do think there is an opportunity for them to be done well and done good, and me not hate them. But these are my most hated examples of these tropes. Girl and 2 brothers, I wish would die by my hand. Like, I really wish I could kill that trope with my sword. Like, you will die by my sword. I hate it. I hate the fact that Vampire Diaries is Girl and 2 brothers. I hate it. And it could be because I don't like Elena, and like I don't like the break up the family aspect. I don't like it. I just don't like it. One of them has to die. I don't like it. I don't think that it's able to be done and like have a resolution unless one of them die. And like, Vampire Diaries, spoiler alert, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they're letting this girl come between them. I don't like that it's in the family. Like, I don't like, there's this one scene in Vampire Diaries where Damon walks in on Stefan and Elena, and he's saying like, and Elena's like, Damon, get out, get out, get out, and he's like, well, if I see something I ain't seen before, I throw $1 at it. Like, I hate that, the fact that the people in his family have kissed you, both of them. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Now, is Red Queen growing two brothers? Yes. Am I a hypocrite? Yes. I love Red Queen. That's what I'm saying though, like, this is like the most hated version of the trope that I can think of. And like, I have my other issues with Vampire Diaries, but like, at the core of it, I think it really is Girl and Two Brothers. I don't like that trope. And Victoria Aveyard is just a genius. She just was able to do it really well and get me to not hate it. Now, do I watch Summer I Turned Pretty? Yes. Do I like Belly? Yes. And it, like I said, it could be the fact that I just hate Elena. I hate her. So, yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's gross. It's gross. It's icky. It's icky. It's icky. It's icky. My best friend's brother. That eats. Anyway. See, but except for when the... Anyway. It began
with two sisters.
Okay, the next trope that I absolutely adore is sisters. Just sisters. That's kind of the end of it. Whatever the extent of it is, it doesn't actually matter. Just sisters. Any story about sisters is going to be a 10 in my book. I don't make the rules. However, I do enforce them. So, Hunger Games is, you know, Katniss's whole thing is that she sacrifices everything for her sister. She volunteers for the Hunger Games because of her sister. She doesn't want her sister going through what she's about to go through. 10s. Like, 10s. As somebody who adores her sister, I would read a story about sisters until I'm blue in the face. Hunger Games, The Davenports, follows two sisters on their, like, journey through self-discovery, but also finding love and finding their place in society and all that. Finding out, like who they are inside and outside of their family. And I need to go pick up the second book. I'm telling on myself right now because I completely forgot to grab that book, but that's neither here nor there. Sisters. Yeah, Hunger Games, Davenports, and then shows. Supernatural Academy is such a good show about sisters, and me and my sister watched that show on, like, when it first came out on Peacock, but now did it get renewed for a second season? Don't ask me that. Did you go watch it still? Yes, it eats. Now that one's more like long lost sisters, like estranged sisters coming back together after like a longer time apart, and they both find out like they have powers and stuff like that. If the sisters have powers, trust, I'm going to be in the room. I am. Secret of the Wings, trust, I'm in the room for that. Yeah, Supernatural Academy is like fantastic. It's a really good sister story. But like, we all know the original sister story is Twitches. Like, it don't get no more sister, no more witchy, no more superpowered, no more estranged sisters who have powers coming back together and they're also black, other than Twitches. Even when I was little, like, one of my favorite movies is The Parent Trap, and like growing up and like becoming an adult and like telling people that, they're like, oh, are your parents divorced? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, that's a movie about divorce. I'm like, no, that is a movie about sisters. Like, that is a movie about two sisters minding their business and being there for each other and figuring out a way to live life now that they know the other person exists. That movie is about sisters. Sisters is a trope I live and die by. I'm not gonna cry, because why would I do that? It's a trope that I live and die by. And if you want to read a good sisters book, I do recommend The Davenports. And like, I want to find more. My thing is, when you get to sibling stories like Bridgerton, like I'm pretty sure the Chloe Brown, the Talia Hibbert series, the Brown sisters, like I'm pretty sure like they're like standalone books, like the sisters do make an appearance, but like I want the sisters to be together. Like, I want the stories to be, if I'm gonna read a book, I kind of want the sisters to be together. I do. Because like Twitches, they didn't know each other but now they're together. Supernatural Academy, they didn't know each other but now they're together. Parent Trap, they didn't know each other but like they separate. But eventually they play their parents well enough so they do get back together. I'm pretty sure, at least when I read the Dreamland Billionaire series about like brothers falling in love, they're separated and like the brothers just like show up in phone calls. That's not enough for me. I want them to be together. And like, yes, I did say Hunger Games, and no, she's never with Prim. However, the Hunger Games are like 2 weeks long, and that's it. Ugh. Anyway, y'all see what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. I have a bunch of caveats that make sense and don't make sense at the same time. But either way, sisters is a trope that I absolutely love and absolutely adore. She's pregnant in that? What are you talking about? I said, yes. What's something that had pregnant? She's pregnant in that movie?
I think so.
No, she's not.
I'm definitely seeing a pregnant Emily Osborne in my head.
Emily Osborne. Well, you made that up. So, now, I hate the pregnancy trope. Hate it. I hate the pregnancy trope. I hate the pregnancy trope. I do. unexpected pregnancy, unexplained pregnancies, I don't like them. Because why would a child ruin this plot like that? Why would you do that? Now, are there exceptions to that rule? Yes, Twilight does it, and like it becomes the plot of the story for the rest of the book. Like, does that make sense? It becomes the plot of the movies from then on. Like, that's like a really important piece of the thing, and that's fine. However, when I read Terms and Conditions, and I also have a really, really big problem with really big age gap relationships, because she's 21 and he's like 36, and I don't like that at all. She ends up pregnant in that book, and I'm like, and that's not a spoiler, I swear it's not a spoiler. She ends up pregnant in that book, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever. Next. I just don't like when I feel like a pregnancy is like shoehorned into a story. Why would a child ruin this plot? And she's like young in turn. Do not give a child somebody that's supposed to be young in turn in a book, ever. Because I will give you a 0. I'll give you a 0 on the assignment because you didn't understand the assignment. And I don't like it. Also, another example of like the pregnancy trope that I also just don't like. Like, why did we do this? Is Heartbreak High. Heartbreak High does have, okay, no spoilers, I want y'all to watch it. But one of my most beloved couples in Heartbreak High has a pregnancy trope. Like, they are accosted by the pregnancy trope, and I just, why? Mind you, they're like 17. What did we do this for? What did we do this for? And then people are talking about how season 2 of Gen V might have like a pregnancy trope thing going on, and don't ruin my show with a baby. I beg. Please don't do that. Please. Now, I do think that there are like times where you can use an unexpected pregnancy to talk about something really important. A miscarriage or like a safe abortion. Like, I do think those are important topics that do need to be covered in media, and I understand using that trope to do so. It's just not my favorite thing that I see in shows and books. So now I've gotten a lot of slack for this from my friends for being a Friends to Lovers stan, but you're never ever gonna catch me saying that Enemies to Lovers is my favorite thing in the world. It's not. If I say that, I'm lying. If I said that, I'm lying. I love Friends to Lovers, and the only Enemies to Lovers I will tolerate is Zutara. That's the only Enemies to Lovers I will ever tolerate. Friends to Lovers, however, I need injected into my spirit and into my soul on a daily basis. I'm not even kidding. There's nothing better than Friends to Lovers. And like, special mention for like childhood friends to like estranged like teenagers or like rivals as they grow up, back to Friends to Lovers. Teens. Okay, and in that like specific subset we have Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. They are childhood friends to like high school rivals to friends to lovers, and it eats so bad because there's something about like having all these memories with this person that you used to know growing up, and then you hate the person they become for reasons that are either miscommunication or reasons that are completely valid, or they're just putting up a facade, or they're not being completely truthful with the rest of the world about who they are, but like you hate them, you have valid reason to hate them, and then you fall in love with them anyway. Teens. I don't know. Teens. And a couple of the books that I read are like that, but like, I don't know. I haven't found like a good Friends to Lovers romance book, but no, because I have is it called Between Friends and Lovers? Hold on. Yeah, Between Friends and Lovers is on my my TBR for this year, and I should have bought it the other day when I was at Barnes & Noble, but I got the Poppy War instead. I know that's right. But everybody's talking about how reading Oathbound's putting them into like a really rough slump because it's so devastating. I don't know, I might go pick it up because that's a Friends to Lovers book that I'm really excited about reading and I haven't gotten my hands on yet. So, and I'm pretty sure the main character is black, which I'm always going to appreciate. Okay, now I said that I love Friends to Lovers, right? But I hate Friends to Lovers like baiting, like when they be Friends to Lovers back to friends. Oh my god, are y'all in love or not? Do not make me mad. Don't make me mad in the middle of this situation. I guarantee you I'm going to hit you in the face. because Prom Pack has a really bad friends to lovers baiting situation. Like, they were never going to be together, but but for some reason the writers thought that it was appropriate to, like, will they won't they me, but with friends to lovers. I don't like that. This is my favorite trope. Please do not play me right now. Please don't play me right now. And like, they also do that in this movie called Sweethearts on HBO Max. Please, oh please, oh please. And I'm like, I'm not even finna tell y'all to go watch that because it made me so mad, because I love friends to lovers so bad that, like, why would I want somebody else to be accosted by the friends to lovers to friends baiting back and forth trope? Like, I hate that. Like, I hate that. And that's a personal thing. Like, that's just a me thing that I really don't like. It doesn't, it ruins the romance for me, but it doesn't ruin the story, if that makes sense. The story can still exist on its own and be a good story, but the romance aspect is completely obliterated for me when they do the friends to lovers back to friends. Ugh. Next, lame. Okay, absolutely 10 out of 10 trope that I love and adore, love and adore, love and adore. She fell first, he fell harder. Yeah. Yeah. Am I telling on myself a little bit? Maybe. But like, that's literally nobody's business. That's nobody's business.
But you remember what you love even more. He falls first
and harder. Amen. Okay, special mention for he fell first and fell harder. Dear God. 10s. 50s actually out of 5s. Like, now that's gonna, I'm sorry, that's gonna eat every single time for me. 2 examples are Percy Jackson, because Percy Jackson fell first, and I don't care about the Annabelle fell first truthers. I don't care. 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 He talking about, y'all, my eyes, and the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen is looking at me. Oh my God. Like, can you back up? Can you back off her just a little bit? Just a tad, just a tad, just a tad. Percy Jackson and Barry Allen in The Flash. Now, I don't know if this is true in the comics or not, however, but in the CW adaptation with Grant Gustin and Candace Patton, Barry Allen fell first. I fear, and he fell harder, and he never was able to stand up ever in his life. And 15s, I don't know. Okay, this is the big one. The reason why this video really exists in the first place is because how much disdain I have for the disposable black girlfriend trope. Oh my God. Oh my God. And like, we see it time and time again. I don't think that it's a valid argument in terms of like representation, because like, why would the main source of representation for black girls in media be a disposable girlfriend? Like, be a girl who's supposed that we can only be desirable if that person is in waiting, or if we can only be desirable for a short period of time while this person like needs a distraction. We can only be a distraction. We can only be like loved conditionally. Only ever conditionally. Only ever if the person that we actually like is the disposable black girlfriend trope pushes the agenda that black women and black girls are cannon fodder. It can just be picked up and dropped off in whatever way, whatever man or whatever person pleases. Like, I've seen it for all couples in general. Like, it's not something that they just do for guys. Like, I've seen it across media in different shapes and forms, and it's so, like, it amazes me every time they do it, because it's just like, why? Like, why did you choose to do this? There's nothing wrong with this girl. There's nothing wrong with this girl, and it's fine if you want your ship to be together. That's fine. However, why did you introduce her, and why did you make her black? What are you saying about black women that you had to make her black? Because Invincible is an extremely, no, let me tell you, Invincible is a really good example of that, because I found out recently in the comics Amber is white. She's not black. So why did y'all choose to make her black? What are you saying about black women? That they can't find love in the end, that they can't be happy, that they can't find a sustainable relationship, that they can't feel good in a relationship for an extended period of time? Is that what you're saying? Because that's rude and irritating and annoying and racist at the end of the day. Like, it's just, this whole black girlfriend trope is just offensive, and it's insulting, and it's degrading, it's horrible, and it's not a valid form of representation. It's the main reason for this video's existence. Because the fire that ignites in me is not funny at all. Like, the creators of these shows like put a sour taste in my mouth when they do things like that. It's bad. It's really bad. And the only reason why I am gonna give real examples of the disposable black girlfriend trope is because I don't want nobody leaving this video saying they don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want nobody being in this video and be like, oh, she made that up, she made that up. Did I? First of all, they can be seen in The Summer I Turned Pretty and XO Kitty. Like, both of those have disposable black girlfriend tropes. And To All the Boys I Loved Before. Now, that's a disposable black boyfriend trope because John Ambrose is kicked to the corner before he even gets started for real. The Summer I Turned Pretty one really gets me because, like, it was always gonna be Conrad and Belly. Why did you even introduce her? Why she even show up? I'm not even kidding. Why did she even show up? And, like, he had the nerve to, like, be weird to her, and, like, she was able to, like, tell him off, but, like, they write her off out of the show so fast and so bad. And, like, she's not the only person that happens to. It also happens to Steven's girlfriend. I think her name is Shayla. It also happens to her. She gets written off the thing, so she gets written off the show so fast, and, like, we just never hear from her or never see her again. That's just it. And, like, she's not black, but, like, she is Asian. Like, she's not white, so it definitely applies to her as well. Not the specific disposable black girlfriend trope, but being a woman who isn't white and then tossed aside for a woman that is, you know. XO Kitties is just crazy because, like, they try to paint her as, like, being insane when she's watching her girlfriend flirt with Kitty the entire time. Like, Juliana is an XO Kitty, and she's the one who's Yuri's girlfriend, who is made to be crazy and insane. But, like, Yuri and Kitty are flirting in front of her. Like, excuse me? Like, it's bad. It's bad. And I mean, like, Pretty Little Liars is an example too. Like, I think the worst example of them all for it is Vampire Diaries, because it happens to Bonnie over and over and over and over again. Like, every single relationship she gets put into, she's discarded or cheated on every single time with a white woman, or I'm sorry, just with another woman who's not black. Like, in the end, she's alone. Like, she finishes that series alone. Everybody else gets a happy ending except her. Her happy ending is going off to be by herself. Deserves to be loved in totality for long periods of time, for as long as they desire to be loved. Like, it's not fair to young black girls to see themselves always be discarded or chosen after a white woman or set aside for a white woman. And it's not fair to me to be seen that way. Like, it's not fair to anybody. It really sucks. It's an epidemic. Like, it really is a plague, parasite on media. And I wish they wrap it up really fast. Let's open up that brain. Let's open up that brain. Black women deserve to be loved and be loved wholly and be something other than the savior of the story. Yes, they can be both. Like, ugh. I hate it. Okay, now, Grumpy X Sunshine. Okay. Grumpy X Sunshine is different than Black Cat Golden Retriever. I don't like that distinction. Now, I do like Grumpy Sunshine, but only when the girl's the grumpy and the boy is the sunshine. And that could be because I am an Everlark truther. I am an Everlark truther. I'm so sorry. The Hunger Games is such a good Grumpy Sunshine. And, like, this, outside of the romance, like, aspect, yes, there's a lot going on, and yes, it's a very important story. The Grumpy X Sunshine eats down really bad. The sister aspect eats down really bad. I don't know. Am I having a really hard time getting through it as an adult and, like, seeing the horrific, like, realities of the story and the, like, really harsh comparisons with our world and the, like, devastating aspect of the story? Yes, I am having a really hard time getting through it. Am I also giggling and twirling my thumbs and kicking my feet? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love it. Pete is the sunshine, obviously, and Candace is the grumpy. Tens. Another example is Legendborn. Brie Matthews is the grumpy, I fear, and she has very real reasons to be the grumpy. And Nick Davis is the sunshine. I must say, okay, y'all gonna be mad at me on this one. However, I had planned on reading Legendborn forever, but I was dragging my feet on it so bad. Like, I was dragging my feet. And then I finally, cause I think I had bought it and I had it for like 3 or 4 months, just sitting there, not reading it. And then I found out it was Grumpy Sunshine. Yeah. And I immediately went and picked it up. Immediately. Like, not even, I picked it up immediately. I grabbed it immediately. I did. And I loved it, and it changed my life. So you need to go read Legendborn, as I say every single video. Okay, the last trope that I absolutely can't stand is the miscommunication trope. My sister hates it way more than I do, but, like, when I'm watching a media made for adults, I'm like, how dare y'all have a miscommunication trope? Y'all are pushing 40. Y'all are almost 40 years old. Be regular people, have a conversation. And, like, this comes from me watching Scandal. I'm currently watching Scandal, and Scandal is nothing but miscommunication tropes. Back and forth. Especially from Fitz. You 65. Move. If you don't have a good conversation with, if you don't go have a conversation with that lady, your wife, move. Out of my face. Up of my face. No. Miscommunication tropes are so, Because we could just sit here and have a conversation like regular people. And mind you, I'm calling myself out either way. No, I don't want to read out miscommunication tropes. I don't want to hear that. I don't. It's also a lot more fun when they do the confrontation. The confrontation is a lot more fun than like them like stewing in anger over something that they thought the other person could have said or could have done differently. The blow up is always more fun. Like, just ask them right then and there, why would you say that to me? That's ridiculous. You can't talk to me like that. Tense. But instead they want to be like, and then leave. Oh, go back. Go back and start over. Yeah. I don't have any more examples, I don't think. That conversation about this whose black girlfriend has wiped me clean out. I'm so tired. Like, I just want better for my Shaylas. I really do. I really do. And I say that as an actor. Like, I say that as someone who wants to be the representation that I've always wanted to see on TV. I want more for all of us. Found Family is going to eat every single time. I'm sorry. Out of every single... If I had to do, like, the top one, it's Found Family, and the very guttural trash one is Disposable Black Girlfriend. Don't play with me about those two tropes. I'm not playing. Don't play with me good and don't play with me bad. Like, for real. For real. Yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you, love you, love you, love you. And if you decide to watch anything or read anything that I've talked about today, I want to hear about it. Comment down below if you do. If you don't, or if you heard something that's like, oh, I don't agree with that, or this trope is better than that trope, or you think that you know better than I do, which I highly doubt, I want to hear about it, and I want you to comment it below. Thank you so much again for watching. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you, and good night. Mwah.